Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy and welcome to week 2 of Fantasy Movie League. I am very excited about this week, a little less excited about last week simply because there has been so much drama going on at the theater. Now I am stoked to be entering the second week because I do feel like we're gonna see some more competition between certain films. If you've been following the news lately, you know that Star Wars Solo Story is not doing so well. It's had its moments, it's had its weaknesses, and man, people, there's some definite hate out there. It's got some seriously mixed reviews. Now, that being said, overall it's still doing really well. Overall, fans seem to like it. Or I say fans. Overall, moviegoers seem to like it. Star Wars fans, we Star Wars fans can be a little hard to please sometimes. We are particular with our Star Wars mythos. And that being said, they may not have done the greatest job for the fans. However, folks, technically, Solo was a bomb. It is slated to make $80 million less, or slated to lose $80 million like overall. So that's like toys and purchasing and all other kinds of stuff. Now, will this change the way they approach it? Who knows? We shall see. Deadpool saw a 56% dip in ticket sales this week over last. Does that mean that they're still going to drop off? I don't know. The reviews are still coming in strong. People are still saying they love it. It's still one of the top movies this season, and I think that we're going to see a resurgence of the Merc with a Mouth. Now, number 3, Adrift, made $11.6 million, which in this competition, not bad. Because again, how many of you knew what Adrift was? I mean, I didn't, but it's just because it looks bad. And definitely not my cup of tea. Sailing, giant water, no. Upgrade made $4.5 million. So those were the new films that were this week. Those were the new films last week. That's how they did. Not great, not terrible, not probably what most of us expected. Now, I took first place this last week with 59,353,619 fantasy movie bucks. In second place was Sunny Nielsen with 55,800,837 fantasy movie bucks. And coming in fourth was the Fat Man, the Fet 01's Cineplex with 54,189,843. Good job to those of us who placed. Now, if you are watching this for the first time, if you're like, what is going on? Check out my previous video. There is still time. Like I said before, I will be doing rewards monthly. Now, if I come in first place each month, I'm keeping the reward and taking myself to the movie as a treat. But if you guys can beat me, if you guys can outperform me, if your Cineplex does better than mine in this first month, in the month of June, then you are eligible for a free movie pass. And I'll probably be sitting out like Cinebucks. I'll reach out to whoever the winner is and find out which theater there is, and I'll just, you know, give them a Google gift card or something like that. I don't know. But there is a free movie ticket for this first round of picks. Now, I'm really excited to do that. Really excited to see how this next week plays out, because I think that we're still going to see a battle between Solo and Deadpool. Although I do think that we are going to see a resurgence of Deadpool. I think moviegoers are going to go and watch the film over going to see some of the new movies that have come out. Now, there are 3 movies that I would like to touch on before we go into how I'm going to play my picks this round. The first one is Ocean's 8. Ocean's 8 tells the story of Danny Ocean's sister. So for those of you who forgot there was a movie called Ocean's 11, then 12, then 13. Actually, it was 11, then 11 again, you know, 20 years later. 11 with the Rat Pack, 11 with like the new Rat Pack, and then 12, 13, and now we have Ocean's 8. Now, Ocean's 8 is the female version of Ocean's 11, 12, 13, and 11 again. Will it do as well? I don't know. It does have a number of great, well-versed actresses in it. We have Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Aquanifa, I think, Rihanna, and Helena Bonham Carter. Now, she's in everything, and she's great in just about everything. And for no other reason, if you don't want to go see this movie, Helena Bonham Carter, probably the reason why you should go. Now, there has a lot of potential in this. We've seen some problems with these kind of feminized versions of movies. Ghostbusters did not do great at the box office. There's a lot of potential here, and they could earn a ton of money. These are a number of great actresses. And like I said, there is potential, right? There's gonna be some fun action. It'll be great if it's well written instead of just pandering. Now, if it's pandering, it is likely to lose a lot of money because these are not small actresses. These are not minor second league actresses. These are the big time, and they're going to be paying and paid a lot of money. Now, will that work out? I don't know. I honestly don't think that this is going to be a #1 movie. I think that while it is valuable, while you can put your money on it and it will perform, it is very expensive, right? For this week, this film cost 626 fantasy movie bucks. That is more than half of your cinema purchase for the week, and I just don't see it performing well, better than maybe 2 Deadpools or 2 solos, or 3 Deadpools and 3 solos, or some mixture there. I think those 2 movies are still going to maintain power at the box office, with Deadpool taking home the most money this week. Now, next is a film called Hereditary, and it's essentially grandma dies, daughter lives, or mom dies, and grown-up daughter lives, and she starts seeing all these spooky things going on and realizing that maybe her mom and / family are not what she thought. Now, that being said, typically horror movies do perform very well opening week. This is not necessarily a small, but the key point is, this is a horror movie. It's a different genre than what we've seen before, and it has a lot of potential. Opening weeks, we do see horror movies doing fairly well. Sometimes they do 20 to 30 million. Maybe they'll do less. This isn't a film that I've particularly cared to see, but I'd prefer comedies over horror movies. Now, that being said, maybe we've got some horror film buffs out there. I know there's a few that follow the channel. What is your take on this? Do you think it's going to perform well? Now, Hereditary is 219 fantasy movie bucks, which means you can choose 2 or 3 different versions of this to fill a few of your different cineplexes. Now, my personal favorite, and the one that I'm actually hoping does really well, even though I'm not sure that it will, is called Hotel Artemis. Now, the reason I like this movie, the reason I'm rooting for this movie, is for Charlie Day. There are a lot of great actors and actresses in this film. Jodie Foster, Sofia Boutella, Jeff Goldblum, Byron Tyrone Heats, Zachary Quinto. But Charlie Day is hands down one of my favorite actors. And for those of you who don't watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and like some raunchier comedy, it's wonderful. And Charlie Day has also been in a few other movies, but really, he's a fun actor. And it seems like this story is going to revolve around him. Probably won't. It's probably misleading. Maybe it's not. But any movie with Jeff Goldblum is just worth seeing. And Jodie Foster is a solid actress. I don't think that this movie is going to be the biggest box office performer this week, although I really want it to be. I really want this film to beat out Solo, to beat out Deadpool, and I just think that really, I think it's going to do okay. I think it's going to run somewhere between the 15 to 25 million. Because it is a fairly cheaper film, you can use more of these. So right now, Hotel Artemis is set for 138 fantasy movie bucks, which means you can roughly put in 5 or 6 of these in different theaters and fill out the rest of your theaters with, you know, some cheaper films. Now, that being said, guys, I'm really excited. Those are our 3 new films. Personally, I'm still gonna go with Deadpool. I think Deadpool is going to bring home the most money. I think it's gonna be the most effective. I think because of the competition, more people are likely to go back and either see Deadpool a second time, see it for the first time, or even more times for those Deadpool fans out there. I think that it is going to perform well. I've got to throw in Hotel Artemis just because I want it to perform well. Personally, that leaves me with 58 fantasy movie bucks left. I'm gonna throw in 1 copy or 1 screening of Upgrade. It did okay last week, and I think that it could potentially break out. I think it could potentially perform very well. Now, I'm stuck here between Action Point and RBG. Now, RBG is a story about a biopic of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Action Point is the Johnny Knoxville film, not kind of film, it's the Johnny Knoxville film that, you know, tells a story but does it in a silly way, does it in a very jackassery style. That's my lineup. I have a few other lineups that I'm playing. Remember, guys, that if you are competing in the monthly matchup, that this is not just me, but this is for the Fantasy Movie League group, there is a possibility for you to win a number of great prizes in addition to the stuff that I'm offering. For the grand prize, keep in mind, for the grand prize of this whole season is a year's worth of free movie passes for 2. That is awesome. That is so freaking cool. And really, that's what I'm going for. And whether or not more people join my league or not, I'm going for that free movie pass for a year. I am excited about that. How do you think the films are going to do this week? What are you excited to see? What did you see last week that you either loved or disappointed in? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, enjoy the cinema.